Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Journey. Today's video, we finally got another copy. So out of the Mystic House, we actually got another copy of Cecilia. Now we've been looking for this. So essentially when we got Cecilia the first time, we know she's a hero that you pull very early. We didn't have the ability, or we haven't gotten any additional copies at all. That is right. We have gotten 0 copies of Cecilia actually since we started pulling her. I want to go in, I want to do some summons, but we finally got the other copy, which of course means that we can take her up from Legendary to Legendary Plus. I feel like I'm like 15 years behind this because not only Cecilia, but we're also not getting copies of Igor. We're not getting copies of Thorin. When it comes to the Graveborns in general, we are not seeing really the build or a lot of heroes that I was hoping. Now, of course, increases her attack speed by 15. She gains an extra 9 speed while Mr. Carlisle is on the battlefield, which of course is going to amplify essentially everything she has. Not only taking her to Legendary Plus, we can also finally get her up to Mythic, which is the reason why we've been saving our resources. So this will put Cecilia's damage through the roof just based on the build that we have for her. Now, of course, we're going to go ahead and we save some of these resources. Boom. Go into level 2 on this one because, of course, the attack speed is going to be vital. Even going to level 3 on here because we want her to ult as soon as possible. A lot of players were saying this is honestly a really big primary hero to have. Want to get to Mystic Plus, so essentially you can get the Reinforced Thorns, allowing her to amplify the damage she is doing. But of course, it is going to require 2 more copies. And for us, we're not seeing any of these copies at all. Even looking at Smokey and a couple other heroes where we literally got a couple copies very early of Smokey, then we have seen nothing. It has went absolutely quiet, absolutely dark for an extended amount of time. And we're trying to get the copies of these heroes. Let's hop in, use some of the resources. Now, we live streamed yesterday, got a couple more copies in, and then of course, saving up our diamonds. But we need 9 more scrolls. We have 4 in here. Maybe the recruitment is going to come through. There's a Greyborn Acorn, another Acorn, a copy of Sylvana again. And there we go. Who did we get? Our second copy of Shakira. Now, overall, as a rogue, as a mauler, Shakir does incredibly well. That is going to reset back to 60, of course. But overall, building out Shakir, and I believe that is the second copy that we have gotten of the hero, gives us the ability to actually build him up a little bit more. Now in here, of course, we're still looking for Thorin. We have 2 scrolls, 4 more chances to go. We have went to the pity pulls on this. I believe it's been like 3 or 4 times at this point that we have actually hit these pity pulls, meaning we didn't get anything. Omnicorn, and there's a copy of Damon. So again, 2 more to go. We're right back to the pity pulls with this, guys. It has been very tough to go in here and do this essentially to the pity pulls. Now, of course, with Thorin being our primary tank, he has also gotten to the point where Thorin, unfortunately, is, and we're not seeing copies of him either. Seems like we got a lot of these heroes up to Mythic, and then we just literally hit a brick wall, haven't been building up or haven't been able to get them any higher. So we've been kind of stuck. Now, of course, in the event right now, we do have the Primal Lord that's up. I'm going to go ahead and do my 2 more challenges in here. And we stressed this a little bit earlier today. When it comes to the Primal Lord, you have to, it is imperative to be farming this boss every single chance you get. Now, of course, we're going to drop, and it says Cecilia is a really good combination in here. So I'm going to drop out Corinne. I'm finally going to put Cecilia in here, drop her in the back. Now in here, we are running the Star Shard spell. So overall, I want to see if we can make it. Now remember, with this hero specifically, we want to make sure that we're getting to essentially the timer before we die out, or you're just losing a ton of ability or a ton essentially of HP of kill time. Now we have hit 9 chests consistently. I am hoping with Cecilia being a little bit further, even with Mr. Carlisle, maybe this will be the point where we can get to those 10. We're going to have to see, fingers crossed, we can get there. And again, looking at the timer in this upper right, if your heroes are dying out too quick, I would go ahead and swap out the damage dealing artifact that I have to be a little bit more defensive. If they're dying out too fast, again, you can swap out quite a few things in here, because what usually happens is right before I hit that 9 chest, most of my heroes die out. That's honestly the place where I'm seeing the big damage loss essentially. There is 8, and again, it kind of pauses right there. There's 9, and again, When we get to 9, this is where we're dying out. And as you can see right there, the exact same happens. We get to the 9 chest, which gives us, of course, the loot out of here. And I don't think Cecilia was very effective within there, so I want to hop this out. Let's drop Cecilia, and Corinne I put in, and the reason I put Corinne in here is the shielding effect. So actually being able to keep a couple of these heroes up with the shielding effect, I want to see if we can score a little bit better. And I've been kind of playing around with this, seeing what heroes, just based on who I have built, what heroes essentially are doing really well. Now, also remember in here, when you look at Smokey, when you look at Mary Lee, when you look at Corinne, even looking at Thorin, not a single one of these, again, just based on the heroes, but not a single one of them are at Mythic Plus. We haven't had the opportunity. Literally, the only one at this point that we have pulled to Mythic Plus is Smokey, or excuse me, is Odie, because we just got a lot of copies that we've been buying out of the Dream Realm to actually build it up a little bit further. But there we go. We're at 8 and they're still up. So again, the shielding that Corinne is providing is keeping these heroes alive a little bit further, trying to keep them up. Maybe it is going to go now. Race to 9. Now, as you can see, it stopped. This is where it stops. I don't get past, literally, it stops right there at 9. Feel like getting to 10. I don't know what else we need, but there we go. Damage this round buffed up a little bit more, 140 more essence. So essentially we got, what, 280 more essence, which is bringing us a lot closer to continuing to build up the rest of these heroes. As you can see, we have 2 already at 180. We have 3 at 170. Now, in addition, in the Dream Realm, we have kind of amplified the damage, and I feel like a lot of this has come with the ability to essentially build these out a little bit further. Now, looking in here, we are not running Mary Lee in here, which I might in just a minute. Let me swap these 2 up. And again, I'm kind of thinking, you know what, let me swap this. I'm thinking these 2. And again, a lot of players are running Cecilia in here. And the reason being, when you get the ads within this game mode, you can actually nullify or kill the ads pretty quick with Mr. Carlisle. Now, we are also running Coco in here. We're also running Smokey. Again, hoping to keep everyone alive. Similar to what we've seen with the boss, is a lot of times it seems like they're dying out very, very fast. Now, there we go. Mr. Carlisle burns the ads down, which of course is going to amplify the attack speed in there. Team is still alive. That is the big thing. Keeping them alive. Now, that's the reason why, of course, the attack and the life grain, the damage reduction in here, building out, or essentially being built with Coco, trying to keep them alive. There's 40%, which I believe is a new record. Coco gets the life drain up. There's 50. We're still pushing it, guys. 35 seconds left. And again, I feel like getting Corinne built out a little bit further, getting a couple of these heroes really built out. Of course, Mr. Carlisle still doing incredibly well. And I feel like we got to get Cecilia built up a little bit further, because that was our tank. 64, 65, 66%, 12 million damage in there, guys, which was awesome. There we go. We added 2 more levels right there. Again, thinking of both of these, I'm not sure if, and look at the amount of damage that Smokey is putting up, guys. That's kind of crazy. Now, of course, Corinne with the shielding, and I don't know if the shielding that we're getting from Corinne is a little bit of an overkill. I'm almost wondering if we do swap another hero. And this is the reason why we go through and kind of test this out and battle this out a little bit, because I'm wondering almost if we drop like a Kruger in there, and I'm going to see what this kind of looks like if between Smokey and between Coco, if we can keep Kruger alive, because essentially if we can keep the buff up, if we can keep that attack buff or the physical reduction up, I feel like Cecilia's damage could go through the roof here, making it really, really strong if we can keep Kruger up a little bit. Now, of course, Kruger also has a self-heal. There we go, guys. He went down too quick. I feel like that's not going to be effective. Now, of course, Mr. Carlisle is still up. Yeah, I got those targets back, and Mr. Carlisle didn't take too much damage. There we go. Mr. Carlisle's up again. Look at the big heals, guys. Yeah, see, not even the same. Corinne's got to have that shielding in there. This is the reason why we get so many attempts, though, is one good attempt in here could keep everyone up. So Corinne, of course, bringing in that shielding aspect that we've seen. I'm almost wondering, let's swap out Odie. Now, I know Odie doing a lot of damage. Again, just kind of based on where we do have the build with Odie. I'm wondering if we could amp a little bit more damage up with the Star Shard spell. Let me see. Let me see if we have enough healing in here to get this one essentially working effectively. Now, of course, Corinne has his own shield, which works incredibly well. There, we just lost a lot of HP in there. But of course, with the ultimate ability, doing a little bit of damage. See, that's what happened before. Is without the defense, and I believe it's the defensive capacity in there that artifact is bringing. That's what's mitigating all of the damage that the Cyclops is doing. This is why I really... This is one of the big reasons why, now again, that magical defense, physical defense, this is one of the big reasons why I am loving AFK Journey. It's such a dynamic. There's so much that goes into it that you really do kind of have to figure out and think about based on the heroes you have, based on the build, on exactly how it's going to work or how essentially the mechanics work in this game. It's really cool to see. It is really, really cool. And their Corinne goes down early. Maybe the first time was the best RNG. And even Coco, guys, getting more copies of Coco, getting Coco built out a little bit further, I feel like is going to make a big difference in the survivability. Yeah, Mr. Carlisle up again. Yeah, burned down. So the first one might have been the best attempt that we had. I'm gonna have to come back again, gaining some more levels. So I try this out again a couple times when we first get in, and then I do this right before we're essentially done, because if we can go in with our AFK rewards, we can make essentially a little bit more progression. Now, in addition, guys, the battle drills are up. We just picked up our guild chest a little bit earlier, but make sure you're in here and you are farming these out as much as possible. Increase attack speed 4 for normal attacks up to 200. I like that. Stuns enemies whenever an ally casts an ultimate, restores HP, increases the attack for 3 seconds when they cast an ultimate. I'm thinking maybe this attack speed up to 200%. Yeah, stunning the enemies. I'm not really too worried about that. Wait, stuns all enemies 2 seconds after 5 ultimate teams are cast, up to 80% of each target's max HP, up to 60% of the team attack. I'm going to go for the survivability. I'm going to go for the moment of glory. There we go. We picked that one up. Now, of course, the boss we just took down, which was very cool. I think we're going to go over to, I think it's Floribel first, or right here, the evil one. Let's go ahead and drop some of our teams in here. And again, I'm just going to burn through. That way we can get through these teams pretty easy. The cumulative effort of the guild, guys, is incredible. If you're not active in your guild, and look at that. Viperon is crazy when it comes to the AoE damage, which is awesome. And I feel like we could probably play this a little bit better. There we go. We picked up a key right there. Just for the fact that we have pretty strong heroes. Stacking maybe some stamina on like a boss team would make a big difference, kind of using the A team and the B team. We're going to have to look. We're going to have to look exactly what that kind of looks like to save like D2 and some of the other very big players in the guild, essentially saving a boss killing team that when we do get to the point of fighting the boss, we can just burn the boss down really fast. But I'm thinking here, because this is the other team that we're running, which I don't know why I put so many support heroes in there. That's a really good question. I didn't even realize. I wonder if I auto-placed them. Yeah, I'm going to have to look. I think we can still take these down, though, just based on the heroes. And, of course, Marilee does a lot of damage. So does Corinne. Again, we have to have both those built up a lot higher. Corinne is just bouncing around everywhere, same as Marilee. Those normal attacks in here. Got some gold on that one. Unfortunately, no keys. That's okay. We're burning down all the regular heroes. Or all the regular camps. That way we can get these bosses down. And I believe the bosses do give those buffs, which means focus fire, kind of one boss in here to take it down at a time. Makes a big difference. There we go. I think that is all the stamina we got, which again, just some more gold. This, of course, is a very big place to farm gold. Yeah, we got one more. Or no, I think we have two more. I think we have two more that we can do in here. Maybe by chance, we're going to get the ability to get two more scrolls for that pity pull. And I really hope it only takes one for that pity pull. I don't know why it just keeps taking both of the, or right down to the very, very last pity pull. More gold. We're accumulating some gold, which I'm okay with. And well, you have what, 3 regulars that are left. And there we go. We are done with the attacks for today. Took out a lot of regular camps in here. Yeah, and we're starting to get a lot stronger in here. And even with the battle drills that we're at, I believe it's the seasoned veterans, I think, where we're at. So when you go through and you kill the boss, it essentially gets stronger in here. So right here, we're the stout recruit. Going in here, I want to see if it's got the levels in here. Yeah, so right here, the stout recruit, seasoned challenger, and relentless warrior. So we were the seasoned challenger. I wonder if we went through, or if we take out this boss, if we'll have the ability to actually go a little bit further. Reputation treasures, is this going to give us enough? It does. It does. There's one card, guys. Is that card going to be enough? Going to be a good question there. We have 5 keys. Treasure. Now, we go in here again because of the diamonds and everything else, but really what we're looking for are the guild medals in here. 170 guild medals. There we go. We got 2 of those, which I'm okay with. I am okay with both of those. Because again, going through and knocking out Dream Realm ranking, weekly limit, we're going to have to go through and kind of farm this up. Noble Path. What do we got? Daily, which again, not enough for anything in there. I don't even think inventory. Nope. Still kind of left out with whatever we have in there. 3 of our equipment chests gave us kind of the same thing. And again, I believe those are all going to be recycled. I don't think there's anything that we're going to use gear-wise. We've gotten to the point where we're starting to get the white gear. So we're actually starting to get these pieces right here. And again, we only have 4 of those, but gear is getting there. As you can see, we can't level up anything short of recycling what we got. Boom, 16 more of those red. So overall, again, we're just going to have to wait for essence. We're about 400 shy from building them up a little bit further, but could we possibly get the pull? We got a 50% chance with our 1 scroll. It is a copy of Arden, of course. That is it, guys. Right to 1 more to the pity pull. Once again, we're going to save for the rate up. Of course, we're looking for Florabelle. Now, one thing to note, though, is with the rate up, it also does carry over. So when you do get this hero, it does carry over with the rate up. So if you're, let's say, 1 copy to Florabelle and it moves to a new rate up hero, that, of course, is going to go ahead and carry over with them, which does make a big difference because essentially getting to the point of being able to carry it over. Now in here, we have to hit 790. 790 is the goal that we're trying to get to. 790 is going to unlock the next zone. We've been farming and essentially going through the current zone. But all right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.